Okay, I would like to show you this book by Vladimir Zak. Vladimir Zak is famous because he was the coach of Spassky, the 10th world champion, and Korchnoi. Korchnoi, the one who never became world champion, but which challenged Karpov for like 2 or 3 times to a world championship without actually winning. The book is about to improve your results, and he does it through a series of complete games. The book is a very used one, as you can see, little damage, but hey, it costs a few dollars and you can access the wisdom of a trainer that did this job for a lifetime. So clearly I appreciate his literary effort because it will teach me something. The game I want to show you is played between Hjartarson and Short in the World Under 17 Championship in Belfort 1979. It is prefaced by a Nimzowitsch quotation which says, "An undeveloped position is in many ways like the still unformed organism of a child. The one thing demanded of both of them is calm, healthy development with no inclination to be sidetracked." Okay, so Hjartarson was white and he played e4, Short black, and played e6, the French defense. d4, d5, knight d2, knight f6, e5, knight f d7, f4, c5, c3, knight c6, and here there is knight d f3. This is a very interesting move, partly because open the diagonal for this bishop, and partly because it tells you that probably this knight should go here, right? Because this is occupied now. So where do you go? Black continue with queen a5, and white played d takes c. Obviously at this point I don't think black should take with this because there is b4, right? So he played with the queen, and white continue with bishop d3, and black plays a novelty, at least this is what Zak says, a new move. Previously they played bishop e7 or queen b6, okay? Okay, white reacts in a way that is far from the best. As you can see, this is the problem. No? We are all studying the openings, but then the problem is that once we go in unknown territory, we are not able to choose the best move, he says. And white played queen e2, and this move is assigned as a dubious move. He says the gain of a tempo when white brings out his black square bishop as planned fails to compensate for the difficulties caused by the queen occupying a square where a white knight wants to go. Okay, so as you can see I was right. Here Zak says this is the square that belongs to this knight. To put the queen is not right. He says that it was better to play a3, so a3, a5, and knight e2. And when there was bishop a6, you would play b4, obviously blocking that bishop from actually taking control of the diagonal. Very, very interesting, right? So, okay, it was queen e2, after which obviously black play immediately b4 because he wants to have this diagonal. Bishop e3, queen a5, c4. So bishop, queen a5 was made because he wanted to play bishop c5. And here white played bishop takes c5. And Zach writes, why help the opponent to develop his pieces? White fails to grasp what is essential in the position, namely development of a king side in the most rapid way possible. This could have been achieved by, instead of bishop takes e5, knight d2, followed by knight gf3. Okay, that's interesting. Knight takes c5, c takes d, e takes d. Oh, yeah. Well, I understand why, because he wanted to open the position, but as you can see, black is kind of protected. Yeah, the king is in the center, but yes, a piece controlling this, a piece controlling this, this controlling this. I'm sorry, I don't really see how white is opening. And he plays e6. Here Zach writes, white's position is worse and he tries to make up for it with complications. Yeah, complication, but he has these two pieces out of the game and this still need to enter the game, so I don't know how you start an attack without a certain amount of pieces, right? Okay. Black continue with b3, check, king d1, and guess what? Black doesn't take, he plays f6. That's a great move. Here it says 14-year-old short coolly repels his opponent's attacking tries. Knight d2. Here it says he can't waste time. f5 was met by knight b4, bishop b5, king e7. Yeah, but it's not working. Also this f5 is not working, so I don't know. Plays knight d2, but then rook b8, queen h5, check, and this is attack 2, and g6. It seems black could have played king e7. Nah, I'm sorry, I don't think so, right? Maybe Zach makes a mistake here, because he says black could have played this, and then after this, king d6. I don't know, I don't think you want the enemy queen to enter your position, right? So g6 to me makes sense, but unfortunately there is the problem of a bishop d3, right? But plays this. And now you cannot take because otherwise that is lost. So king e7 is the move. But now white returns back and plays bishop d3, trying to confuse the issue after knight takes d3, queen f7, king d6. So yeah, the king would have gone in d6 no matter what. So maybe yeah, g6 wasn't so good. Let's see what happens. So after bishop d3, black plays a very interesting move. It doesn't take on d3. Okay, so he plays b takes a, queen f7, king d6, knight g f3. At last the knight is developed, but we are at move 22, okay? Move 22. But then that could have been done 20 moves earlier. Yeah, that's definitely true. Black continue with rook takes b2, e7, queen c3, bishop c4, and rook takes d2, and the game is over. Okay. Obviously you can ask yourself why the game is over. I think you can see it, but also if it takes, this is a mess, definitely a mess for white, and also if it takes, you know, this bishop can come out. It's clearly a big mess for white. It's over. Yeah, because after knight takes d2, queen takes a1, maybe he plays this, I don't know, he can play knight d4 to give check, or take on h1, and then let's see, obviously I don't have attack. Oops. Takes, and of course black can continue to attack white. Yeah, I think black has a big advantage, and of course the pieces are kind of more active, so it's worth it. Yeah, and this could go down, so maybe there is no way that white is able to give a perpetual check, because that would be the problem, right? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this game. The book is Improve Your Chess Results with Vladimir Zak. It's a very nice little book that I believe deserves to be studied. Thank you very much for watching.